Oh, sorry. The words, I am going to connect the words actually. That is.
Okay.
Oh, share. Share. Words, I am going to connect the words actually.
Okay, that's fine.
That is. Oh, share. Share. Words, I am going to connect the words actually.
Okay, that's fine.
Prabhu, it takes time. If you
No,
would
that's okay.
kindly,
No problem. Take your
you
time. That's
can
all right.
share, then it would be good. Okay, it would be. I am doing the praying. Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari
Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya
Bihari.
Bihari
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari
Jaya
Jaya
Gopi
Gopi
Jana
Vallabha Jaya
Vallabha.
Giridharadhari
Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari
Jaya
Radha Madhava
Radha
Jaya
Kunja Bihari.
Bihari
Yashodanandana Bhaja Jana Ranjana
Yasodhanandana Brajajanandana
Yamuna Tira Banachari
Yamuna Tira
Vanachari
Vanachari
Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari
All of a
Jaya
sudden,
Radha
Madhava
whenever it goes dark,
Kunja
Jaya
Bihari.
I did.
Bihari
It was dead.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
I don't like that phone,
Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama
Rama
Rama
Rama
Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare
Gaur Premanande Hare Hare
Hare
Bol.
Hare.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to devotees in ICNJ. Thank you, Prabhuji, for giving me the opportunities. Again, I apologize for this delay.
No.
Om Ajnanantimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurumilitam Jayana Tasmai Sri Gurave Namo Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Jayana Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Shapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Pada Kamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavangscha Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Shute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vancha Kalpataru Vishta Kripa Sindhu Vaye Vacha Patitanang Pavanebha Vaishnavabho Namo Namo Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So today I was assigned in Karma Yoga Bhagavad Gita chapter 3 text number 4. So so I don't know the system of RCNJ. Long time, about 5 years ago, I am in here. So I just took a little bit hurry just to cover the time, actually. So please forgive me. Na karmanam anaramba.
Guruji, we don't see that you're sharing. Are you sharing this? We just see a
No,
blank screen.
Yeah, it takes, why it is not.
You want me
Yeah,
to share?
yes, that would be good. That would be great. Probably.
Okay, 1 minute. Yeah. Able to see?
Yeah, that's very good. Na karmanam anarambhan
Na karmanam anarambhan
nashkarmanga purushasmute
naishkarmyam purusho asnude
na cha sannyasanateva
naja sanyasana deva
siddhim samadhi gacchati
siddhim samadhi gacchadi
na karmanam anarambhan
na karmanam anarambhan
nashkarmanga purushasmute
naishkarmyam purusho asnude
na cha sannyasanateva
naja sanyasana deva
siddhim samadhi gacchati
siddhim samadhi gacchadi
karmanam
na karmanam anarambhan
nashkarmanga purushasmute
naishkarmyam purusho asnude
na cha sannatagar evam
naja sanyasana deva
siddhim samadhi gacchati.
siddhim samadhi gacchadi.
What by what meaning? No, not. Karmanam of prescribed duties. Anarambat by non-performance. Nashkarmam this one side I cannot see it. Okay. Nashkarmam, it is prescribed duty, that is Nashkarmam, freedom from reaction.
Freedom from reaction.
Purusha, a man, or Ashnute, achieves, na, nor, cha, also, Sannyasanat, by renunciation, eva, simply, siddhim, success, samadhi gacchati, attains. Translation and purported written by Srila Prabhupada, Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada. Translation: not by merely abstaining from work can one achieve freedom from reaction, nor by renunciation alone can one attain perfection. Purport: the renounced order of life can be accepted when one has been purified by the discharge of the prescribed form of duties, which are laid down just to purify the hearts of materialistic men. Without purification, one cannot attain success by abruptly adopting the fourth order of life, sannyas. According to the empirical philosophers, simply by adopting sannyas or retiring from fruitive activities, one at once becomes as good as Narayan. But Lord Krishna doesn't approve this principle. Without purification of heart, sannyas is simply disturbance to the social order. On the other hand, if someone takes to the transcendental service of the Lord, even without discharging his prescribed duties, whatever he may be able to advance in the cause is accepted by the Lord Buddhi Yoga. Sha alpam api asya dharmasya trayate mahate bhayat. Even a slight performance of such a principle enables one to overcome great difficulties. This is very nice text. So, no karmanam anarambhat nashkanman. No karmanam. Here a few words is very, very important word. That means very heavy. It carries a heavy weight. That means no karmanam. And anarambhat nashkarmam purushasnute. Not so shanyasha. That is another word. Is very important. And siddhim samadhi gacchate another. Okay. uh, in this chapter, actually after second chapter actually Bhagavan Sri Krishna, he spoke everything little idea was given to Arjuna. First karma yoga, then jnana yoga, then dhyana yoga. Little, okay, he was explained very nicely. But in following chapter are very descriptive chapter up to 18th chapter, actually 17th chapter. 18th chapter is the conclusion of the Bhagavad Gita. So this is here Arjuna actually asked to Krishna, that is, if you consider knowledge superior to action, then why do you ask me to wage this terrible war? This is very good question he was asking. That is, if knowledge is superior to action, then why you told me to engage me in the war, terrible war? Secondly, this is number one point. Second point is that please tell me decisively the alone path by which I may attain the highest goal. So here that is that is the then Krishna is give the answer. Here there are two things actually, karma and renunciation. So that is then first point, Krishna answered that acquisition of the knowledge through the analytical study of the nature of the soul and its distinction from the body. Here, this is text number 1 and 2, just I am recapping. Then I'm continuing, flowing the continue. So this is the difference between analytical explanations of the soul as well as distinction of the soul and body. That is also Krishna mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, 13th verse. Dehi Ashmin Jata Dehi. He also mentioned that. And that analysis, it is called Shankar Yoga. That it is also, it is in there. In the second is that the process of working in the spirit of devotion to God, working in the spirit of devotion to God, that is karma yoga, that is the devotional service. Then Krishna, next he comes in the next text, that is the main, today's main discussion, that is one cannot achieve freedom from karmic reactions by merely abstaining from work. So this is the actually devotion as a karma. It called as in a karma. The it is the this line is actually it is a karma yogi. So Krishna uh, says that mere abstinence from the work doesn't result in a state of freedom from karmic reaction. Uh, the mind continues to engage in fruitive thoughts and since um, entire work is also a form of karma. It blinds one in karmic reaction. Just as a physical work does. A true karma yogi must learn to work without any attachment to the fruitful action. Here Krishna mentioned that yes, without any karma, nobody can alive. Why? What alive means that without any karma, uh, without karma, what happened? There is a speculation, mental disturbance, all kinds of things okay, attached with the attached with the materialistic attachment will be in there. For that reason, Krishna mentioned that work is the most important. You have to do the work. That's number one. And the second line, it was Srila Prabhupada written, that is, it was mentioned that nor can one attain perfection of knowledge by mere physical renunciation. That is the renunciation. That is the second point. It is, and Krishna also mentioned that renunciation cannot be attained the state of knowledge merely by renouncing the world and become a monk. So here, just again, I'm just a little briefing. That is, one may give up the physical objects of the senses, but true knowledge cannot be awakened as long as the mind remains impure. Right? So we know that. So that means I remember when I was reading Srila Prabhupada biography in every morning we used to read. So one time in 1970s, Srila Prabhupada at that time in Mayapur. So his disciple, one disciple asked Srila Prabhupada, "Hey Srila Prabhupada, I am very fond of doing the chanting. I want to sit down in some place to do the chant. I don't want to work." Then Srila Prabhupada asked Tamal Krishna Maharaj, then, "Hey Tamal, arrange a room for him and tell nobody can disturb him. He can chant in that room." So Prabhu used to chant 2 days in a room and no disturbance. His prasadam also supplied regularly. So then third day, when then he came out and came to Srila Prabhupada. Then he was asking Srila Prabhupada, "Prabhupada, it is boring." So that is that, you see, and one thing, without any karma, renunciation, forget about renunciation, forget about any other things. So for that reason, Srila Prabhupada given to us in such a one important things, that is, first we have to get up before 4 o'clock, take the shower, come to the Mangalarati, attend Mangalarati, then Tulsi Puja, then chant 16 round minimum, then Guru Puja, then Bhagavatam. And evening, Gaur Puja and the Bhagavad Gita class. And so that is this whole package. I mentioned that this is a one package Srila Prabhupada given to us. So, and what happened from morning 4 o'clock to, and it will end after prasadam, it can maybe 9:30 to 10 o'clock. So 5-6 hours we are engaged in the service of Lord. In the evening is also we are 2-3 hours we are engaged in the service of Lord. That means here 5 hours, here 3 hours, 8 hours we are engaged in our devotional service. And we went to bed 9 o'clock, get up again early in the morning, 3:30, 4 o'clock. So, and by this time, Bhagavatam, reading Bhagavatam, Srila Prabhupada books, this is very nice package also Srila Prabhupada given. Now, I am telling in here, without any karma, we cannot develop ourselves. Why? Here, Krishna mentioned that all kinds of attraction, material attraction accumulated within the mind. In sannyasis, we can see, I have seen my Guru Maharaj, I can see all the sannyasis in ISKCON. What they are doing? They are 24 hours. They only sleep only a few hours, 3-4 hours. I saw the Maharaj, Danavi Goswami Maharaj, only 3 hours he was sleeping. And he is eating only little asparagus and little potato for 24 hours. He eat after Bhagavatam class, then whole day and night, nothing is eating. That is. So that kind of sadhana, how did he was, they are doing the Kator sadhana all the times immersed in the service of Lord Krishna. So here, the main point it is that without any work, we cannot develop, purify ourselves. That is the purification what here Srila Prabhupada written is very important for us. Then the renunciation, that all the sannyasis, how they work. They are working very hard, distributing the Krishna's name. They are also working too hard. That means that is the devotional service. They can, some Babaji or some others in India, I can see in Bangladesh also, I saw it, they are sitting down in saffron cloth and just a full mouth is a beard and the smoking and so many things they are doing in the name of that they are the Babas. So that is cannot encourage, that is, it will not work. They are cheating with themselves. So here the for karma yoga and renunciation, that is also a buddhi yoga. This we need to do through the work plus renunciation, devotion plus work. What is work? Here work means the devotional service. This devotional service plus renunciation, it works. It is purify our heart. Without any devotional service, nothing it will work. Nothing it will work. So one example, Srila Prabhupada disciple I gave, that is the that is the important. So now that is how the purification, that is like a prescribed duty and purify through the prescribed duty and purification. That means the bhakti. That means what is the bhakti? Devotional service is a bhakti. So devotional service there are two types of devotional service. What are the two types of devotional service? One is Bodhi Bhakti, other is the Raganuga Bhakti. So it is Bodhi Bhakti, we know that what we are doing every day, these are the Bodhi Bhakti. But Raganuga Bhakti, it is very high level of Bhakti. This is the Raganuga Bhakti. So, that in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it was also mentioned that, I'm coming in that point later. First, the karma, devotional service I'm talking about. Bhaktivinoda Thakur mentioned that. Bhaktivinoda Thakur mentioned that, what is that? I'm telling that is that what we are chanting during the chanting time, that chanting sound vibration, it comes from the tongue through the ear and come into the heart. That is that Bhaktivinoda Thakur mentioned that Karna Randra. Karna means ear. Karna Randra means passage. Karna Randra Madhyadiya. Madhyadiya means through the Karna Randra. Madhyadiya. Ridhi Maje Praveshya. In the heart. Ridhi Maje Praveshya. Borishoy Shudavanupam. Borishoy means that it is shower. That shower, when the water comes very nicely to take the bath of this shower, then that sound vibration comes into our heart. Then what happened? Shuddha, Amrita, nectar, Anupam. Then we can eat that nectar. We can realize that nectar. We can relish that nectar. So, Kannarandra Madhyadiya Riti Maje Praveshya Borishoy Shuddha Anupam. হৃদয় হইতে বলে জিহ্বার অগ্রেতে চলে শব্দরূপে নাচে অনুক্ষণ. What does it mean? That is that when it will pure chanting will come off, then on the tip of the tongue, Krishna will come and dance in the tongue. That is Bhaktivinoda Thakur mentioned that. And another thing, Savanadi Shuddha Chitte Karahi Uday also. That is Chaitanya Charitamrita, it was mentioned there. Savanadi Shuddha Chitte Karahi Uday. This is the purification. Here Srila Prabhupada mentioned that, I mentioned the what purification. How can we purify ourselves? Whatever it is, we have to Shayana, Shapana, Nidra, Jagarane. We must have to remember Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, 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 Krishna. We never forget. We should not forget. Krishna Bohirmo Bhagovancha Kare. Otoyeb Mayatare Japati Yatare. If we do not hold Krishna, then all the Maya will accumulate it in our heart. So, do we want the Maya within our heart? No, we should not. Our sadhana is to relieve that attraction, Maya attraction. Instead of Maya, we must have to attract to our Father, Lord Krishna. So, this is the karma, devotional service, how we do the devotional service, what is the benefit of devotional service. Okay, now Raganuga Bhakti. So, Bhakti, this is the Bodhi Bhakti explained. And in Bodhi Bhakti also, there are something was written, Srila Prabhupada and Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami written very nicely in Adi Lila, Chaitanya Charitamrita. So it was written that The renounced order of life can be accepted when one has been purified by the discharge of the prescribed form of duties which are laid down just to purify the hearts of materialistic men. Right? So what does it mean? It was written that Krishna 125 years in the Golokdam, in here, in the material world. So after that, Krishna went back to Golok Vrindavan in his abode. Then he was looking to us, actually his creation. Then he was thinking, oh, my creators, my people are suffering a lot. What can I do? Then he decided to come in this material world, that as an Channa avatar, then he was forgiving to relieve us. In Kali Yuga, how he will relieve us, that as a Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he came in. So for that reason, it is in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it was written that this, and it was mentioned also that, is it enough for Bodhi Bhakti to go to Golokdam? No, it is not. In Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami was written, Shakal Jagate More Kore Bodhi Bhakti Braja Prem Paite Nani Shakti. So through the Bodhi Bhakti, we cannot get the Braja Prem. So we need to, then what we need to do? Then we have to do the, that Raganuga Bhakti. That we have to stage in the Raganuga Bhakti. So Guru Maharaj mentioned that, that is, there are two ways, actually, the two lines going that side by side. One line going from Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, Dhanuka Buddhi Yoga. The other line is direct Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's line. It is a direct line to God, Raganuga Bhakti. That is. So one example I am giving in here also, very short class, I got only 7 minutes left. For that reason, I am very hurry and just talking. That is the Gop Kumar. The example of Gop Kumar, Bihad Bhagavatamrita, Sanatana Goswami's second part of the Bhagavatamrita, Gop Kumar. Gop Kumar is an excellent deity worshipper. He is an excellent deity worshipper. So okay, his ladder is step by step as a great Brahmana. Then after he went to the Vaikuntha. I'm very short, I'm telling. When he went to Vaikuntha, he was worshipping that also Bhagavan Krishna. Okay, he was worshipping. At that time, he was praying also that, hey Krishna, I cannot go, when I can go to Golokdam. Then one day Krishna came and asked him, hey Gokumar, your worship so excellent. I enjoyed a lot. That did you participate in Sankirtan Yajna in Boma Vrindavan? Then he was telling that, no, I cannot. I did not. So how can you expect that you will come to the Golokdam? Then Krishna at that time instructed him that go to Boma Vrindavan, participate in Sankirtan Yajna, then you try to come in Golokdam. Then he come back in Boma Vrindavan, participate in a Sankirtan Yajna. Then he went back to, after that, he went back to Golokdam. So this is also just why I gave these two things, the Bodhi Bhakti and Raganuga Bhakti. Why I gave this example, these two, because purification. For through our purification, we can easily go back to Golokdam. That is Krishna assurance that my devotee never be perish. Krishna is an Bhakta Vatsal. Whatever Bhakta says, Krishna will listen to them. Uddhava, what Uddhava says, what Arjuna says, that is, he listened, he approved immediately for his devotees things. So this conclusion is that this is a karma yoga, devotional service and renunciation. So that means devotion plus renunciation. Devotional service plus renunciation, it works. It is the highway near the Turnpike. It is again, whatever it is, again, 75 mile speed, everybody can go there. That is provided by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He, for that reason, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appears and he sent his general Srila Prabhupada sent to us, sent in here. Due to Srila Prabhupada, we understand this, what is the Bodhi Bhakti, what is the Raganuga Bhakti. Srila Prabhupada written very nicely, and in Nectar of Devotion also explained very nicely. So we have to follow this to concentrate, devotion, very, very determined what we are doing, what Srila Prabhupada given us to acquire in our heart. No, I cannot leave it, Srila Prabhupada, your feet, I cannot leave it. You should be in my heart. Please give me your feet. I can worship each and every moment to you. Please show the way. Guru Kripa Prasade Pai Bhakti Latavis. This is the clip. And I'm not going to Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Madhurya Kadambini also. He was mentioned, this is that how to Bhakti Kripa went back to Golokdam. So very short, and I was a little bit haphazard in the beginning. I apologize. That is, it is a misunderstanding that I thought that different 8 o'clock, and is my time 7 o'clock. So this is I miss. I'm sorry. Sorry. Any discussion or anything that is.
Krishna, thank you, dear Dattatreya Prabhuji, for having a wonderful class. Thank you so much for nicely explaining the Karma Yoga and the Bhakti ladder, the Bhakti. So, I'd like to request devotees, if you have any reflections, questions, comments, concerns, please raise it up. Please unmute yourself and please ask questions to Dattatreya Prabhuji. Dattatreya Prabhu is here to answer your question. Please, if you have any questions, please, or any reflections, any comments, it's good to have always. Thank you.
Another thing is that I'm sorry to interrupt. I was in New Jersey this last December, and I watch. I participated in the Bhagavad Gita seminar. In ICNJ, my what I had seen, all the devotees in ICNJ are Panditas. They explained so nicely, so elaborately, karma jog, dhyana jog, jnana jog, all the things. I became so astonished that it changed my thought. So I am very proud of that. I'm very proud of that. And I share my thought with my Shiksha Guruji, Amritananda Prabhuji. I told to him that, you see, the ICNJ is not before, 5 years before ICNJ. ICNJ is now, all our Panditas is there. So for that reason, I did not touch the different kind of karmas and different kind of things. I did not go there. Everybody knows about that things. So I escaped that side. Actually. Okay.
Nice. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Anybody has anything to add? Murdananta Prabhu, Japrash Prabhu, Namarupa Prabhu, Vanit Prabhu, Vidya Mataji, all the dear devotees. Anybody want to add anything? Just picking up some name.
Prabhuji,
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji.
Now, a couple of days back, I was hearing Govardhan Das Prabhuji, who said that you don't have to renounce, but there is conflicting views. Some say that you don't have to renounce, and some say you have to renounce materialistic things. So, can you please explain?
Yes, Mataji. Renunciation plus, I mentioned that, renunciation plus devotion. Mixed together, it works. Only renunciation, it doesn't work. Krishna mentioned in this verse. So the reason I mentioned that, I give the example of Srila Prabhupada, the disciple in Mayapur. He was sitting, he is a sannyasi. He was sitting in one room and arranged to get Srila Prabhupada for him. But third day he came out. Without any devotional service, it doesn't work. The reason is that all kinds of, without devotional service, all kinds of attachment, material attachment, come in the heart. That means we cannot be a pure. We cannot go to the pure stage. Still, we are in a, whatever we are still in that stage. So our target, our main target, Krishna is the main goal, to go to his abode. So if you get the surroundings, our soul, by the anarthas, so how can we go there? Then we have to uh, clear off all the anarthas. This clearing off, that is also renunciation. Renounced. Renounced means tyaga. You are deleting one by one, slowly, one by one. My first target, attraction with my wife, I have to cut it down. Then my target with my children, cut it down, attraction. Then I have to cut it down, my grandchildren, attraction. So similarly with friends, that is all kinds of cut it down. But only one attraction should be there. How can I serve the lotus feet of my Father, Lord Krishna? This attachment should be generated, and this attachment should be there. So renunciation means that only renunciation doesn't work. For that reason, Krishna mentioned that very clearly. Krishna mentioned that the second line of this translation, second line, nor by renunciation alone can one attain perfection.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Mari bol.
Yeah, just would like to add a comment on that. Acharyas and Srila Prabhupada and many times in the purport mentioned that renunciation means, as a devotee, it is an internal renunciation. Externally, we have to be so active in Krishna consciousness. And yes, we have to work, we have to do our activities, perform our duties. At the same time, we have to renounce internally. So what does that mean? Internal renunciation means, yes, we have to free from the attachment. We have to free from our sensual enjoyment. We have to free from our, mental concoctions. We have to be fix our mind, intelligence, body, senses, all to the lotus feet of Krishna. That's the internal renunciation. Everything. That means we have everything, but we don't, we don't have a proprietorship for that. We don't put our endeavor efforts to enjoy with that, but we utilize everything for the service of Krishna. It's mentioned that anukulasya sankalpa pratikulasya varchita. Anukulya, whatever favorable for the Lord, we should utilize. Whatever is unfavorable, we should reject. And also mention that nirbandhe Krishna sambandhe yukta vairagyam uchyate. We should have vairagya means detachment, or in one sense renunciation. That is yukta vairagyam. You have to have appropriately utilize everything for the service of the Lord. Nirbandhe Krishna sambandhe yukta vairagya. That means it's not that, markada vairagya, we go to the forest as Prabhuji mentioned, or go to the Rome, just it won't work. It doesn't work. That's what is exactly Arjuna was asking. And why are you engaging me in this ghastly warfare? You said, intelligence is great. Why are you engaging me in this ghastly warfare? Krishna's the same thing Prabhuji mentioned, that nobody can live without doing any activities. Everybody has to work. Even the animals, everybody has to work. Wife is working, husband is working, children is working, everybody is working. Everybody is actually doing some kind of karma or activities. Then the art of that activity or the work is the main thing. So whether we are utilizing our all that's the karma yoga, that we will see later. How do we utilize? How do we act? How do we perform our duty? Is it for the service of Krishna? Yukta Vairagyam, Vanukulasya Sankalpa. So we should engage ourselves for that activities. Internally, we should renounce the fruits of the work, the proprietorship, the ownership, the enjoyment, or that I am the sender. So this is basically coming out from that false ego, ahankar, that I concepts. Now switching from I to Krishna, that's internal renunciation. That's what it is mentioned here, Maharaj. Also, I just wanted to add a comment to that as well.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. Jai. Thank you so much. Anybody else has anything to add? Fuji's, any reflections? Any comments? Murdananda Prabhu, would you like to add anything?
Prabhu, it's just that I'd like to say Dattatreya Prabhu, when we first, Srila Prabhupada came to our center, we didn't have a center. He came from Jyotir Mataji's house in Cape May. She used to worship Srila Prabhupada. So Prabhupada came from Cape May to, and that time we used to do these programs in MVCC, and there was a house nearby on that property, that land which was purchased, Route 33 or 34.
Route 34.
34.
Yep.
So from that day, so Hari Kishore and Prabhu, they painted, the sky on the ceiling, and that was Prabhupada's room, and we had deities over there, and no one used to live there. So Dattatreya, Vivek Prabhu was there. So Dattatreya Prabhu and Shikha Mataji, they used to go every morning and worship Srila Prabhupada. Whether it is snow, rain, whatever, every Sunday Prabhupada would come to MVCC and there would be elaborate puja and Sunday program. But Dattatreya Prabhu has been doing that literally every day. He and Shikha Mata, not a single day they would miss. And Saturdays, clean his Prabhupada's clothes, change his clothes, put his topi, heater. So can never forget that. Thank you, Dattatreya.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances.
Not only that, Prabhuji was coordinating the Bhagavatam class in the morning. That's the time I actually started the Bhagavatam class in the morning, by CNJ.
Mm.
You remember?
Atlantic Rath Yatra.
Yeah, Dattatreya. We used to go early morning for Mangalarati. It was,
Every Saturday we used to go for Mangalarti at the Dattatreya Prabhu's place. Hari Bol Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Not my place, Prabhuji, all of your place. It is Krishna's place. Srila Prabhupada place.
Radha Madan Mohanji was wonderfully worshipping.
Yeah.
Both
Hare Krishna
Mataji.
Prabhu, we are also missing the 24-hour Akhand Kirtan
Yeah.
Yes.
in your house. So once you left, that is kind of
Please
stopped.
come to New Jersey so we can have 24-hour Kirtan. Yes, I agree, Mataji. Thank you for reminding us.
24-hour Kirtan and every hour Samtos Prasad, one after another. You name the variety, Mataji is going to give that to us.
It was possible due to actually Jayaprakash Bhai. Jayaprakash Bhai, I do not have any headache for the prasadam. And as much as possible, he fed all the devotees during the 24 hours kirtan. That is also Jayaprakash Bhai's contribution. And that not only me. And that house is not my house, actually. I did not consider that it's my house. And I cannot think also. There is the Radha Madan Mohan's house, ICNJ's house. It is.
And talking about that house, Prabhuji, I must say that house had a very strong floor because, like Mataji mentioned, the Kirtan and the Mangal Aarti, devotees used to jump, and at times I used to feel that it's going to come down. But yes,
Yeah,
it
one
was a
time.
very
It was shaky.
yeah. We had a great time.
Yeah,
Hare
one
Krishna.
time, his name is Nandan Prabhu. When in the Sandhya Arati time, when he was starting that Gaur Arati, and Krishna Prasad Prabhu and some other, oh my God, jumping and jumping. Mudhubuti Prabhu was telling that, hey, stop. Nobody listened and jumping. And
Yeah.
yeah, you are right, Puneet Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Yeah.
So please come back to New Jersey so we can arrange 24-hour Kirtan, Prabhuji.
Oh, sure, Prabhuji. I don't want to miss it. I miss a lot. 5 years, I miss it. I don't want anymore.
Well,
Yes, Prabhuji.
wonderful. The also Mataji is also, and we can see Mataji also. Dandavad Pranam Mataji.
So Kumar Mataji.
Yes.
And first,
Thank
actually,
you so much.
I was enlightened by the my Shiksha Guru, Madhupati Prabhu. And through Madhupati Prabhu, 1995, in the beginning, we start this ICNJ born in the house of Amritananda Prabhu's house. We are the three persons. We used to, Madhupati Prabhu and Amritananda Prabhu, they discuss the Bhagavad Gita class. And Prasadam part, I never ever miss that Prasadam part. Mataji used to cook so nicely, and when first time I finished that plate, then Mataji comes again, Prabhu, let's take. This is very hot prasadam, and this is cold in outside. You will get and 3 plates Mataji used to feed me. I cannot eat so much.
You already eat, and I cannot eat.
Yeah, so nice. Mataji is.
But both child is so small.
Yeah. I never ever forget that things.
Sachi wasn't born then, only Rohil was 2 years
Only
old.
Rohan was a small. He
Yeah.
have a glass.
Yeah.
I think Savita is there on the call.
Yeah.
She's in Pune.
Haribol Prabhuji Mataji, yeah, we remember those days.
Yeah.
Golden days was so nice, right?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
So nice. I miss those days and also miss the old breeze and the program and
First aid squad.
First aid squad.
I remember your cooking time.
Mataji,
One
you
week you
remember?
cook in the what is called Dargadish temple. Oh, you
Because you put all the masala, right, Mataji? All masala he put.
No one knew anything. Somehow the program happened.
Very nice. Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you. Wonderful memories. Memories.
it's so
It's
nice.
And
so nice.
when Singashwar Prabhu came beginning, I think you little one not born. Only Lakshmi and then second was
Krishna Lakshmi.
Krishna.
he is very little. He's always
Yes.
crying and crying and crying, baby.
Yeah.
One of them crying all the time.
I remember one instance of Shinshar Prabhu. He used to come from South Ramsuk to Old Bridge property.
Early morning.
Very early morning. He never miss it, actually. I appreciate it. And one day when he was coming,
There was an accident.
There was an accident.
One car
He
hit
was
him.
coming.
But still he came.
Still, after that, he came.
Still he
Immediately he came. How dedicated, how determined Shinshar Prabhu.
Yeah, I remember that actually. Yes, I was coming in the morning. I was supposed to give the Bhagavatam class.
Yeah.
And Route 9, actually, I was actually on the green and some lady came on the other side around 60 miles per hour or something like that. It's in the morning, early morning, like
Early morning.
4:15 or something like that. And hit on my car on the driver's side, and my car tossed like anything. And then it's turned around and it's went into the other lane, my car, because of that, the force of the. Then it's tossed around, and luckily I had a seat belt, but I hit on the driver's side on the side. All of a sudden, I didn't know what was happened. It's tossed around and came back, and then nothing happened. Luckily, my specs was there. Actually, that just got gone and thrown outside. And then then I told the cops that I had to go very urgently. You had to drop me on Route 34. They took me actually and dropped me there, and I didn't want to miss the Bhagavatam class. Car is completely totaled.
Hari.
So determined, Shinshar Prabhu, actually.
I remember it.
I think we don't have now that enthusiasm. That time it was so much enthusiasm. Oh my God. When me and Dattatreya Prabhu have to go night time alone, that time not start. So you have to change Srila Prabhupada dress and boga. And I'm so afraid because at night 8 o'clock after he came from office and winter time is so cold. So I'm afraid to go that house because all dark and nothing.
Yeah.
I just hear and there's and quickly run in the room and quickly close the door.
Wonderful. Yeah, nice. This is the devotee association, and this is the practical application of Bhagavad Gita. First of all, don't misunderstand. This is the devotee, how they sacrifice their life, to create the Krishna consciousness, to serve Srila Prabhupada, the mood and the devotion and the loving, loving affairs between the devotees. It's all wonderful. It's very nice. This is the practical application of Bhagavad Gita. So thank you so much for reminding and collecting all this wonderful days. Thank you so much, Roji, for a wonderful class. And also let us thank you so much for all the dear devotees for joining today. Please join every day. We have this section, and we are on the 3rd chapter now. Let's pray all our humble obeisance to all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. Vancha kalpataruvasya
Patubhyascha kripasindhubhya
Pridhanam
pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo
Namo Namo.
Namo Namaha.
Vaishnava Vrinda ki
Vaishnavanta ki jai.
Jai. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai.
Jai.
Gauri Prabhu.
Jai. Hari
Jai.
Hari.
Hari bol.
Thank you, Dattatreya.